Welcome to the Tennessee State School Bond Authority meeting for March 27th, 2023, which was noticed to have started 6 minutes ago. So we're going to start it right now. If everybody involved in the school board can come down. Okay, and it looks like David Miller from the University of Tennessee will be participating online, which means all votes of this meeting will be roll call votes. Mr. Miller, when you're online and able to hear us, please let me know.
Yes, sir. Mr. Comptroller, I can hear you just fine, and the presenters. Thank you.
Very good. With that, we'll call the meeting of the Tennessee State School Bond Authority to order. I'll ask Sandy Thompson, please call the roll.
Can you hear me? Okay. Secretary Hargett,
Here.
Treasurer Lillard,
Here.
Comptroller Mumpower,
Here.
Commissioner Bryson,
Here.
Ms. Scott, here, Mr. Miller.
Here.
Very good. Do note the presence of a physical quorum, but also online presence. All votes will be roll call for this meeting. The first item on the agenda today is approval of minutes from the December 15th, 2022 meeting. Members, I hope you took time to review the minutes in your packet prior to getting together today. Unless there's any questions or discussions, would entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
We have a motion properly seconded for approval of the minutes. Any further questions or discussion? If not, Sandy, if you'll please call the roll for approval.
Secretary Hargett, Treasurer Lillard,
Aye.
Comptroller Mumpower,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson,
Aye.
Ms. Scott, aye, Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Thank you. The item is approved. Next item on our agenda today is consideration and approval of a resolution to approve the borrowing of money by another method for Middle Tennessee State University, Key Government Finance. Chad Mullins, is it Chad? Who is here going to present today? Come on down. If you will, you're recognized. Please identify yourself for the record, and you can go from there.
Thank you for the time to present in front of you. My name is Yvette Clark. I'm the interim vice president for IT at University. We are at the point with our infrastructure for our server fleet at the university that it is aging and we need to replace it. So we've done some studies to determine the best way to fund that. Looked at two options. One was to continue with the aging equipment and just get maintenance for the next 2 years until it times out. That actually turns out to be more expensive in the long run than purchasing new equipment, which actually also reduces our risk with equipment failing during that time of use. So purchase price is 0.5 million, $444,487. Our yearly cost for that to get that loan would be $308,897.40. Compared to the cost of the old equipment would be $159,897.60. Asking to get the funding from another source. Go ahead and get that done.
Thank you very much. Members, do we have a motion and a second on the item?
Second.
Have a motion properly seconded.
Comptroller, I think whenever she was giving that number out, it might have gotten misstated. I just want to make clear. I think it's $1,544,487.
Correct. Thank you.
Those are big numbers, so it's easy to throw off a little bit.
Thank you for that. And one question I have, and what is the plan for repayment? What is the source of repayment?
Source is our replacement renewal fund. That's the only thing that does is to replace.
Thank you. Members, any other questions or comments? If not, Sandy, I'll ask you to call the roll for approval.
Secretary Hargett,
Aye.
Treasurer Lillard,
Aye.
Comptroller Mumpower,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson, Ms. Scott, aye, Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Thank you. The item is approved. The next item on our agenda today is acknowledgement of project cancellation submitted by Tennessee Tech University as follows. The Tennessee Technological University Residence Hall Innovation Center, which was previously approved and funded by a term of financing over 20 years, looks to request for cancellation. Dr. Claire Stinson, come on down.
So Tennessee Tech has decided to cancel the project for Residence Hall. We have gone through two schematic designs, and the second time through schematic design, the architect had assured us that it was within the budget. So we approved it for design development, and they came back toward the end of their design development, and it was still $9.8 million over budget. So we have decided to cancel it. This project keeps coming in regardless of the adjustments we make to the project. It keeps coming in at the same dollars, which are significantly more than we feel like that we can finance and charge to our students.
Thank you very much. One quick question for me, the designer selection. I think, if I'm not mistaken, with someone that you all had in mind for the project you'd worked with before, and talk about the designer selection and maybe why it didn't work out.
So we had not worked with this particular designer. We did do bids for requests for quotations or requests for proposals for designers, and we did review those. Thought we had selected the best designer for the project we had.
Mr. Secretary, any comments on that or just for the future?
I don't have any, but certainly know that the Office of State Architect will certainly be watching that situation and other work with the state.
Thank you very much. Any members, any other comments or questions on the item? If not, this is a report item only, and we didn't take a vote. We acknowledge the cancellation. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Members, as far as the Skate School Bond Authority goes, that's the last item on the agenda. The only thing remaining is adjournment. Do we have a motion?
Comptroller, before we do that, I just
Sure.
want to make sure that the same acknowledgement that you gave to today's tragic events reflected in the minutes as well for this meeting, and I'm going to be asking the same for the next meeting as well. I
Absolutely.
move to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All properly seconded. All those in favor of adjournment will respond. Sandy, if you'll call the roll.
Secretary Hargit, Treasurer Lillard,
I'm
Comptroller Mumpower,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson, Ms. Scott, Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned.